Hey guys, welcome to What Are You Wasting For? My name's Alex and today I'm going to take you through the UN Global Extinction Report. This report has made me so mad and so sad because there are so many beautiful species of animal out there and we're just destroying them. So this is going to give you a bit more information about what's happening, why it's happening, and hopefully how we can make a difference. So I've got a few lovely animations supplied by the UN media people and I'm just going to take you through them. So the 5 direct drivers of change in nature. So changes in land and sea use, direct exploitation of organisms such as fishing. Look at the little fishies. Climate change, which is obviously a huge one, so the earthquakes, flooding and the melting of the ice caps. Pollution, so it's not just oil, it's so many more things. And invasive alien species. When I first saw this I was thinking, oh, I wonder, I didn't know aliens were here, but actually what that means is that there have been introductions of species in places where they didn't originate from, and that's causing absolute havoc. So this gorgeous little animation shows how much rubbish and plastic pollution has increased since 1980. It's increased tenfold, which is ridiculous. As you can see here, it basically means that up to 40 million tonnes of industrial waste are dumped into the world's waters every year, which is so saddening and heartbreaking. And look at all those fishies. So it talks about the fertilisers entering the ecosystems and creating dead zones. That's something that's more and more apparent. And the fact that it's a combined area larger than the UK is just insane. It's not just oil. Agricultural crop production has increased by around 300% since 1970. That's such an amount. Raw timber harvest has risen by 45%. That's just insane. We could just be reusing the wood we already have. We've doubled the amount of renewable and non-renewable resources we've used since 1980, which is nearly 60 billion tonnes. And with all of the land degradation, we've significantly reduced the agricultural productivity of the land. Pollinator loss is also a huge contribution. And we've got increases of floods and hurricanes because loss of coastal habitats and protection. Imagine if you lived on a beautiful, serene place near the sea. Your house could be flooded at any moment, and that's horrific. This is the most heartbreaking part of all. Up to 1 million species are threatened with extinction, which is more than ever in human history, and most of it is because of things that we've done. Out of 5.9 million land-based species, more than 500,000 have insufficient habitat for a long-term survival, which leads them to potentially become extinct unless we do make a difference. The IPBES Global Assessment Report is essentially, it's been compiled by 145 expert authors from 50 countries over the past 3 years, with contributions from another 310 authors. It assesses changes over the past 5 decades and provides a comprehensive picture of the relationship between economic development pathways and their impacts on nature. Based on the systematic review of 15,000 scientific and government sources, the report also draws, for the first time ever at this scale, on Indigenous and local knowledge, particularly in addressing issues relevant to the Indigenous peoples and local communities. So I've mentioned that the report says that around 1 million animal and plant species are now threatened by extinction, many within decades, which is more than ever in human history. The average abundance of native species in most major land-based habitats has fallen by at least 20%. And more than 40% of amphibian species, almost 33% of reef-forming corals, and more than a third of all marine mammals are threatened. That is so sad. It's just, we need to do better. We have to do better. The report also notes that since 1980, greenhouse gas emissions have doubled, raising the average global temperatures by at least 0.7 Celsius. Despite progress to conserve nature and implement policies, it also found that global goals for conserving and sustainably using nature and achieving sustainability cannot be met by current trajectories, and goals for 2030 and beyond may only be achieved through transformative changes across economic, social, political and technological factors. Basically, we need to do better. We need to change our ways. We need to start focusing on looking into how we live our lives and how we impact on this beautiful planet. Unfortunately, there are a few other things that this report has also come up with. 3/4 of the land-based environment and about 66% of the marine environment have been significantly altered by human actions. More than a third of the world's land surface and nearly 75% of freshwater resources are now devoted to crop or livestock production. The value of agricultural crop production has increased by around 300% since 1970. Land degradation has reduced the productivity of 23% of the global land surface. In 2015, 33% of marine fish stocks were being harvested in unsustainable levels. 7% is harvested at levels lower than what can be sustainably fished. Urban areas have more than doubled since 1992, and plastic pollution has increased tenfold since 1980. And these are ways that you can do better. You can cycle to work if you live closer, you can walk, you can take public transport, you can source products that are from the local area or at least within your country. You can cut back on eating meat and fish. You can, when you go out for walks, you can collect up pieces of rubbish as you see it and pop it in the recycling bin if it can be recycled. You can actively make a change in your life where you go for a more zero waste lifestyle. That doesn't have to change your entire world. You only have to make small changes. If everyone makes a small change, such as swapping out that plastic toothbrush or occasionally walking to the shops instead of driving, we could all make a massive difference. We just need to do it together, and we need to do it fast. For more information, please check out my website, whatareyouwastingfor.co.uk. And if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this or how you can adopt your world to being a zero waste lifestyle, please subscribe and click the notification button to hear from me whenever I post. Thank you so much. We can do this, guys. We just have to act fast.